welcome you all to Bhagyasut YouTube channel. From now on, we will be going to have a journey together with the science part of OAV and KB students. So, I will cover the physical science as well as the life science of class 10th. So, nothing to worry about. So, before starting, I would like to ask you a question. So, what is science? So everyone now in the English medium students or in any English medium school, you will be covering up to your 90 to 80% syllabus. So I would like to ask you a question. What is science? And you are requested to write down the answer. What is science? So you all have thought about it and you would have written in the comment section. Now I can't go online, that's why I will be recording the classes, then I will put the classes in Bhagyasut YouTube channel. Before this I have put video for the ODM medium HSC school students, but I am pretty much comfortable in English, and this would be a very good chance for the OAV students who are studying in the village area or rural area and they are not getting the quality education. I will be providing them the quality education which is much more required for them. So before proceeding to that, why I have started with science? You all have that question. Because being a science student and being a physics graduate, and I have a very good feeling for physical science as well as life science. So I would like to start with physical science because this is my strength all over my career. So before proceeding, I would like to introduce myself. I am Mr. Sadanand Behra, and I was a topper in my high school days, and in my inter days I also have very good marks in science as well as in mathematics and in English. So I will be covering the topics of science, English and mathematics. So we'll start with science, and there is in the channel a playlist fundamental of English. You can learn English from there as well as spoken English from there. So what do you think about, or what is the first thing comes to your mind when you listen the word science? What comes to your mind? You can tell me. Now you are not in front of me, so I can't ask you. But my ODM medium students answer me in that way, so I would like to translate that and I would write it down. Science is knowledge by rule. According to one student, that is science is knowledge by rule, and according to another student, science is the study by fact. The study by fact. And according to another student, science is the study of nature. Study of nature. And according to another student, science is knowing the unknown. Knowing the unknown. And many more. Also, science is another student also told me like science is the basic factor of development. Basic factor in development. So all these definitions which are put forwarded by my students in my offline class are the definition of a book, but they don't have realized before I have told them what is science. So I would like to tell you a small story. From that I would be uh, pretty happy if you are getting my point. What is science? So what we do after waking up every morning? After waking up every morning, what we do? First of all, we wake up listening to an alarm. Listening to an alarm. Then we are going for our face wash. After washing our faces or cleaning our face, we are going for our nature call. So, what is science? I would not tell till now. I haven't tell till now, but I will tell you. Science tale kona sorry. Being uploading the video to Odia medium student, I am also try to speak in Odia, but in OAB students, so I would not repeat Odia. Okay. So what is science in the daily activities? What we have performed in our life? Well, science kono. What is science? After waking up, sorry, in sleeping, there is a science. In waking up, there is a science. In liking someone, there is also science. So in every field there is science. So what is science? Science is the knowledge of Science is the knowledge of the actual procedure and the appropriate behavior which is required for conducting an activity with a minimal amount of time and minimal amount of effort. So what will be the practical definition of science? Science is the procedure which helps us to do an activity with minimal efforts and with minimal time. That is the that will be the correct definition for science. So you all have listened to me. I am using sentences. So in sentences we have a punctuation mark, that is full stop. There is a punctuation mark, that is full stop. So full stop means what? After the punctuation mark full stop comes in a sentence, that sentence ends there. Nothing left after that full stop mark. But in case of science, there is nothing like full stop. There is only commas. So what does the role plays the comma in a sentence? A comma plays a role like it rests the sentence for, or it breaks the sentence, or it give rest to the sentence for a few or for a few moment or for a little amount of time. So in case of science, that also happens. We all know Newton has developed the theory of Newtonian theory, which we use in mechanics, and that has come to the place in 1750 to 1800. But before that, Apple has before that Apple used to fall down from the trees, and everything from a certain height used to fall down. But the realization comes when in the 1750s or 1800. So science is always there, but the realization matters. After Newtonian physics, another scientist come, that is De Broglie, and he wants to confirm that a particle has two characters, like what character? A wave character and a particle character. He also what explained that in De Broglie theory. So there is the development of science with time. So what is the use of science in our daily activity? Can you tell me? So all my YouTube students, you are requested to comment in the comment section. What is the use of science in the daily activity? So I have started with our day-to-day activities like washing our face, then going for the nature call. Let us go back to our early days or to infant stage, where after popping out from the belly of our mother, we used to only sleep, cry, and pee and poo. That's our activity and have some food. So at that time, are you calling your mother for pee or poo? No. You used to have your pee or poo at the bed or wherever you are laying. You used to have your activity down there. Then with the time, you have learned about where to pee, where to poo, and what would be the time frame and how many times you will be performing that activity in a day or in a whole day. So what did you learn with time? Like which activity should be done when, and which activity shouldn't be done at a certain given period, or at a given period, or a given period of time. So we have learned from that with every activities. Nowadays we used to have only one or two time nature call, once in a morning and once in the evening. So what did you do now? You have learned about the science behind performing the nature call. So in every language there is, or in every language or every activity there is some science. So you have to realize that with the time. If you are not going to learn that, then you will be lagging behind the race. So science means not only physical science, life science, or language science, means grammar or any other science. So science means what? Any activity what we have performed or performed, we have to perform that in a minimal time frame and in the minimum efforts. So we have to learn every science, but being a teenager, you are not able to realize that. That's why our syllabus makers, for your kind information and easy understanding, they have divided science into that is the general. They have divided the general science into two categories. One is physical science and other is life science. So, what do you mean by physical science, my dear students? You can comment in the comment section. What do you mean by physical science? You have learned about science. So, what is physical science and what is life science? Physical science means anything which is in the form of a thing or matter, and the sorry anything which is in the state of non-living state, anything which is in the state of non-living state, that science or the knowledge which is associated with the non-living things, that is physical science. And the science which is associated with living objects or living beings, that is life science. So when we listen or think of non-living things, there is two things come to our mind. That is, that may be a matter or that may be a chemical. So when we think of non-living things, what comes to our mind? Let me erase it out. Then I will write it down in the blackboard. I used to have my classes on the whiteboard, but it's daytime. That's why not wasting the electricity. I am using my blackboard. Okay. So, so science has categorized into two parts. One is physical science and another is life science. Are you getting my point? Then that physical science is divided into two parts. Why divided into two parts? When we think of any physical thing, two things comes to our mind. That may be a matter, or that may be an object, or that may be a chemical. So when we think of a chemical, or when we think of a matter, the study of matter is physics. The study of matter is physics, and the study of chemical is chemistry. So what is the study of chemicals? The study of chemical is chemistry and the study of matter is physics. So what is a chemical? The constituents which make a matter, in which manner they are constituted or in which law they are following, and the which law of the nature they are obeying, that is chemistry. And what is their outer structure study, that is physics. So there is nothing like physics or chemistry, everything is interlinked, but for our sake of understanding, we have categorized them to physics and chemistry. And when we think of living things, anything which is breathing or anything which is crawling and anything which is running, that is living. So what is living thing? That may be a plant or that may be a animal. So plant is what? The living thing which is or the living organism which is breathing and which is eating everything but which is not moving, that is plant. And the living organism which is breathing, crawling, running and standing, everything but does everything except not staying at one place. So that will be the science of what? Living beings, that is zoology. And that will be the science, that is botany. So you all have a basic understanding what is science, then what is physical science, then what is life science, and then we have categorized physical science to two parts, that is physics and chemistry, and then life science into plant science and animal science, that is botany and zoology. So what is physics? So what do you mean by physics? Being a physics graduate, I can tell you a two-page definition, but I would not like to tell you a two-page definition, but I will be starting with only one definition and the most simplest definition, that is the study of nature is physics. The study of nature is physics. So let's get back to Newton. Before Newtonian physics has introduced or developed, everything used to happen in that way, in which way now happening, because Newtonian physics has been developed in 1700 to 1800, but before that apples used to fall down from the tree, but no one has the time to look at that, but Newton look at that and have a interest on that. Then he developed a science like mechanics, and that is the study of nature. De Broglie also observed the particle moving and how a particle or in optics you we used to think like light is traveling in a straight line, but he think like if light is traveling in a straight line, how a light particle how a ray is converging or outgoing from a pole. So that's why he developed a theory, that is De Broglie's dual nature of particles. So that is the definition of physics. So the study of nature is physics. What is chemistry? The study of the constituents of the nature. The study of the internal constituents of the nature. That is chemistry. Then what is zoology? Zoology is the study of the living beings who are crawling, running and what? And who are thinking also. Then what is the definition of botany? Botany is the study of the living beings without the animals. Okay, or the study of the plants is botany. So we will start from physical science, that will include both physics and chemistry. Then we will move forward to plant science or life science, that is the study of plants and the animals, that is botany and zoology. If you want to study them in Odia, being an English medium student, if you have any doubt, so you can go to my YouTube channel, that is Bhagyasut, and there is videos for Odia medium students where I have told this thing only in Odia. Now I am uploading this in English for the OAV and KB students who are in the rural area and not getting quality education in their high school stages. Okay, so we will start from electricity. Now, from now onwards, I will be going to upload one video for English medium students in my channel, and there is also the videos for English, that is for the high school and higher secondary students. If you want to study, then you can go to my channel and check on the playlist like fundamentals of English, and you will have a very good journey with English and with me, because English is the most simplest and the easy language in the world because they have only 26 letters and they have arranged that 26 letter to produce everything. So we have to understand that. So English is not a subject, it's just only a language, mere language. We have learned many languages like Hindi, Sanskrit, Odia. So English is not any special or any special for anyone. So you can also learn English in 2 to 3 months and you can write it properly in 6 months or 1 year. Okay. So we will go to electricity. So before going to electricity, I would like to ask you, where do you see electricity in your daily life? Students, where do you see electricity in your daily life? So you all have commented in the comment section or would have commented in the comment section like, we see electricity everywhere. We see electricity everywhere. Wherever our sight is falling, there is electricity. So electricity in a hospital, in school, in home, in factory, in electronics, and in every field of nature or science, there is the use of electricity. So, but electricity is a new science because 200 years back, no one has the knowledge of using electricity. So, how someone has developed the theory of electricity and now we are studying. So, I would be very pleased if any one of you will comment it in the comment section who is the father of electricity or electrical science. So I would not going to that because I am leaving that question for you to browse or anything and you have to comment in the comment section. So what is electricity? তাহলে যদি এতে sorry in Odia I have the tongue slipped. So everywhere we use electricity. So what is the basic of electricity? What is the basic of electricity? Can anyone answer? Please comment in the comment section because you are not live, so I can see your comments, but I will see it later. Means the what is electricity or what is the basics of electricity? Is there something moving or not, or is there something just oscillating or anything? So what is the basic of electricity? So when you think of electricity, what comes to your mind? One thing I would be thinking like one thing comes to your mind like charge. Then there is also another question like what is charge? So before studying electricity, you have to study charge. So before studying charge, you have to study also what? An atom, which you have studied in your ninth class. But being high school students or after passing high school exams, being a topper, I know no one used to have a very good understanding with the ninth class because ninth class is the concept building stage or the science which will be used in the 10th class. The basics, every basics will be in the ninth class. So what is the charge? Before knowing a charge, you have to know what is an atom. Then what is an atom? You can comment in the comment section. I would go through that after the class is over. So what is an atom? What is an atom? So we will start from here in the next class. We will meet again. Thanks to all. Thank you. Please do have a research on atom. You have to answer me that. And if you want to study English, then you have to go to my channel, that is Bhagyasud, and there is a playlist like Fundamental of English, and you have to follow one by one video. Then you will be a hero in English within 3 months, and you will be a hero in English in writing within 6 months. This is my guarantee, and I am taking the responsibility for that. Thanks to all. Jai Jagannath. Har Har Mahadev.